I would answer firstly by saying, in many cases, the customer doesn't know what the customer doesn't know. And we all see many RFQs and RFPs that are fill in the blanks. And by moving through that process or adhering to that process, a supplier or a respondent would, by default, limit their ability to provide any ideas or any innovation. Actually, I have a real live example of that. When I think about what we did with Coca-Cola Canada a number of years ago, we had a relationship at the C-level with Coca-Cola Canada, where Coca-Cola Canada was in the process of rolling out a hidden agenda to establish a new distribution channel. And it was a secret inside Coca-Cola. They had their own traffic people and transportation people. Coke was a very large company, and they had a good department. I'm sure they had very capable people in that department, which caused me to be curious as to why they would engage an external company or people to roll out a new distribution channel as opposed to working internally. And so I asked our champion at the C-level why they wouldn't be using their internal people. And I wasn't surprised at the answer, but I hadn't thought about it. His answer to me was that, in fact, while they have very good people working inside, doing the job that they do, their people don't have exposure to best practices externally, and particularly externally to their market segment. I mean, they're in the food and beverage market, and for example, they wouldn't be picking up best practices out of the automotive sector. And that's what we brought to them. In their case, the business that we did for them, it was really an outbound, dedicated distribution of their product. And that was what we did, was we re-engineered or reverse engineered. Actually, it was an automotive offering that we had. It was an inbound milk run dedicated service that we provided. And Coke didn't need to understand that nor appreciate it, but they for sure did appreciate the end results. And I thought that spoke very well about exactly why they would outsource logistics in this case. I would begin by saying there's always changes available. These likely will come at a cost. The cost isn't necessarily financial, although it might be. The cost might be the cost of changing contractual agreements and arrangements. The cost might be the cost of career paths for some people, which is always difficult. But there would always be options available. I think about bundling with other either competitors or non-competitors, as the case may be. Even after all the costs have been taken out of a system, I think forever there will be bundling opportunities as long as the shipper or the buyer of services is willing to entertain those. I think about delivery channels. It could be changing irregular route to dedicated deliveries, for example. It could be changing the timing of deliveries that effectively moves from perhaps LTL to truckload, and thereby reducing the overall cost through that process. But always changes available, always options, yes.